Okay, so I think all of the students who were to join have joined. So we can start the class. First of all, I want to know individually what you are doing in class 12th right now. In this you know, na, this is a JEE batch. So JEE batch class is different from a normal class. So whatever you are studying in a normal class in Learnivio only, uh, you will study more than that in JEE class. So we will do not the same thing, but something more than that. So first of all, I would like to know that what is going on in your batches right now. Like Shahid has said that he is Shahid, you are doing relations and functions.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Shavaz, what about you?
Inverse, continuity, I think so.
Continuity and differentiability. Okay. And so have you done the chapters before that?
Yes, matrices, determinants, and inverse trigonometry is over, sir.
And what about relations and functions?
No, sir, that we haven't started.
Okay. Okay. And Faza Afzal, what about you? Okay. It started with inverse trigonometric functions, matrices, determinants over. Okay. And Madiha Irfan, what about you?
So we have finished matrices and determinants. We just started with the relations and functions.
Okay. And Mohammed Sharif, what about you?
In school, we are in determining matrices finished.
Okay. Okay. So whoever has left, is anyone left? No, I think so. The chapter we are supposed to do from JEE perspective is determinants right now. Okay, because as most of you have done determinants or are doing determinants, only one of you have not done determinants. That is uh, uh, Shahid. Shahid, you haven't done determinants.
Oh, no, sir.
Okay. So no issue. Determinants is not so difficult. You will get to understand it as we'll do it. So one thing which is not been done in CBSE is about properties of determinants. So today we will do properties of determinants and few questions on properties of determinants which have either been asked or are questions of JEE level. So can you see the screen which I am sharing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first of all, about determinants, we all know that it is a square matrix determinant. I'm not going into the detail. I'm just giving an example for those who have not done this. Only one person has not done this. So a determinant of suppose 3 cross 3 we are taking, and this is having entries like this. So how do we calculate this determinant? We can calculate by expansion along any row or any column. Suppose we expand about the first row. This is the first row. So we take this element 2 and then we multiply with its cofactors. So what is a cofactor? Cofactor is basically the element which you have selected you will eliminate that row, you will eliminate that column, and whatever remains, this actually remains. So you will cross multiply 0 with 2 and then minus 1 with 7. So this is how you get the first term. Now we come to the next term. This term we have done with this term. So we come to the next term. Next term is minus 1. So what we do, we eliminate this column and this row, and we write minus 1, and we cross multiply whatever remains. So 1 into 2 will be there, minus 1 into 7 will be there, like this, and we put a minus sign extra here because this is the first row second column element. So first row plus second column is 3, which is odd number. So we take minus sign here. If it is even, we don't take extra minus. This is how cofactor is calculated. Now we come to the third term of the first row. So third term is 3. So we take 3, we eliminate this row, we eliminate this column, and we get 1 into 1 minus 1 into 0. And we don't put a minus here because this is the first row plus third column element. So it is 4, which is even. So we don't put a minus, it will be plus. So this is how we calculate a determinant. We can take any row or column for calculating it. Generally, we take the first row. So this much we want to know about this. So this will become 2 into minus 7 plus 1 into 2 plus 7, 9 plus 3 into 1, it will be, so minus 14 plus 9 plus 3. So this will be minus 2. So this is the determinant. Now this is the value. Now the properties which we have to see here is basically some of the very important properties it is. So the first property says if we interchange two rows or two columns of a determinant, the sign of the determinant changes. So like we have a determinant here, which is having the entries are A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Now, if we interchange two rows, like we write the third row at the first row place and first row at the third row place, which we can denote like this, R1 interchange with R3. So what will happen? That this will be C1, C2, C3. B1, B2, B3 is still at its place, and A1, A2, A3. So there will be a minus sign which you have to put outside because the determinant changes its value by a minus sign. So this is the first property of the determinant which we have to remember. Second property of the determinant is if rows and columns are interchanged. So there we are talking about the two rows or two columns. Here we are talking about one row and one rows and columns. Then determinant does not change. Its value remains same. Like if it is A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So now we want to make A1, A2, A3 as the first column instead of the first row. B1, B2, B3 as the second column instead of second row. And C1, C2, C3 as the third column instead of third row. So the determinant remains same. Its value does not change. Is it okay? Yes. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the second property. Then comes the third property. Third property says if all elements of a row or a column are 0, then determinant is has value equal to 0. So suppose we can take any one row or any one column. So I'm taking A1, B1, C1 first column as it is, and A2, B2, C2 second column as it is, but third column is all entries 0. So this determinant value, when you will calculate by the method which we have seen above, it will come out to be 0. So if all the elements are 0 in a column or in a row, then that determinant gives you a 0 value. Now we come to the fourth property. I hope you are also writing it side by side. If you think that I'm moving fast, then you tell me. I will give you the time to write also.
Sir, can I just scroll?
Sorry.
Can I just scroll up like you have to write, right?
Okay. So I'm scrolling up, and as you starting from here and you want to write, so you write it first. Should I scroll it down?
Yes, sir.
I'm scrolling it down. Is it okay?
Yes.
So you can write down this third one also. Okay, so we are now coming to the fourth property. If two rows or two columns of a determinant are identical, then value of the determinant is 0. So let us take any two rows, suppose A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, and then A1, A2, A3. So you can see that the first row is same as the third row. So in that case, this value of the determinant will be equal to 0. Similarly, if any two columns are same, then also value of the determinant is 0. Okay. Now let us come to fifth property. If you have missed writing, you can tell me. I can again scroll up. I hope no one missed anything. If elements of a row or a column are multiplied by a constant m, then determinant is also multiplied by m. So you have A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3, and you multiply the first or second row. Let us take this time. Each element multiply with m. So this simply means that m is multiplied to the determinant A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So you can consider that M has been taken common. So it can be taken common from any one row or any one column if it is multiplied to all the element of that particular row or that particular column. Now the last property, but very important property, that if we do an operation like this, that row I is row I plus A times row J plus B times row K, or don't take AB, let us take LM. So the value of the determinant does not change. Similarly, if we do an operation that Ci is Ci plus L Pj plus M Pk, then also value of determinant does not change. So if we have, yes, Madiha, L and M are any two constants. So if we
Yes,
take
sir.
suppose A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3, and let us take a column 3 as column 3 plus 2 column 1 plus minus column 2. Okay, so L is 2 and M is minus 1. So what it will become? It will become A1, B1, C1 as it is, A2, B2, C2 as it is, and third will be A3 plus 2A1 minus A2. Similarly, B3 plus 2B1 minus B2, C3 plus 2C1 minus C2. So both the determinants have equal value.
Sir, here we are doing minus, right? Minus C2.
Yes, yes.
So here it is plus, right? Like in the property.
No, so we are taking the value of m as -1.
Okay, okay, okay.
So we will see few questions based on the properties which we have done. So first question is, you have delta is equal to b plus c, c, b, c, c plus a, b, a, b plus a, and you have to show that it is k times, it is given that it is k times abc, where k is equal to, options are 1, 2, 3, 4. So just give it a try, then we'll discuss. And remember, you have to use properties, not the expansion. By expansion, it will be lengthy, and we also want to know how to apply the properties. So we have to do by properties. Are you trying? Should we discuss?
Yes, so can you please discuss?
Okay. So here we will first apply the property numbers, last property number 6. And how would we apply this? You will learn by practice. You can't, there is no specific way that why we are doing this. So as we will practice, then we will get to know. So, but from the symmetry, we can say that if we write rho 1 as rho 1 plus rho 2 plus rho 3, so what will happen that b plus c plus c plus b will be 2 times of b plus c, and c plus plus a will be 2 times of c plus a, and b plus a plus b plus a will be 2 times of b plus a. And then it is c plus a, b, a, b plus a. Now, next what we need to do is we can take 2 common, because this is in the first row, every element. So this is b plus c, b plus a, and which property is this? If you remember that m times multiplied with any row or any column, it is multiplied with the determinant, that property this is. Like this. Now what we do in the next step? In the next step, we write R1 as R1 minus R2 and yeah, first write this R1 as R1 minus R2. So B plus C minus C will be B. C plus A minus C plus A will be 0. B plus A minus A will be B. And this will be C, C plus A, and this will be B, A, B plus A. Now in the next step, again, B is common from the first row. So 2 is always there. So 2B it will come, and you'll get 1, 0, 1, C, C plus A, then B, A, B plus A. So we write it like this. First write till here.
So can you please tell once again how did we get 2b?
Because in the first row you have B here also. 0 is there. So you can say that 0 is multiplied with anything like B. Here it is B. So B comes out as a common. Just we studied that property now, that
Oh yes,
if
sir.
if you multiplied with m any row or column, it will come outside like this.
Correct.
Why we didn't take third row as common? Third row has nothing common, no? No element is multiplied to each of them. Okay, Mohammed Harif?
Yes, sir.
So now we proceed further. So if we write it as 2b and column 1 as column 1 minus column 3 I'm doing. So 1 minus 1, 0, C minus A it will become. This will be B minus A. It will be minus A. 0, B plus A, and 1A, B plus A. Now you can do the expansion because we have the first row, this element 0, this element 0. So only 1 is remaining. So we need to calculate only 1. So we can do 2b 1 into, when you will eliminate this first row and the third column, you'll get C minus A into A minus A into C plus A. So you will get 2b. And when you will expand this, you will get CA minus A square and plus A square. That will cancel. So CA plus CA will be 2CA. So you'll get 4ABC. So K, which we have to find out here, is option D, which is 4. Next question which we can do is based on the property. This is like prove that question, and it shows.
Sir, can you scroll up?
Yeah, sure. How you got to AC? Mohammed Sharif is asking. So when you will expand this, now this will be CA minus A square, and this will become minus minus plus AC plus A square. So this A square will cancel, and you'll get AC plus AC as 2AC. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now the next question is that I hope you have written that all of that. That you have to show that this determinant, which is like this, both are of them equal. So you start from left hand side and get right hand side. You can do like that.
Sir, can you please scroll up once?
Yeah. Done.
Yes, sir.
So here what we will do, are you trying or should I start discussing? Okay, so let us start discussion. So what am I doing that to the first row, I'm multiplying A. So A square, ABC. But if you multiply A to the first row, you will have to also divide by A. So I'm dividing it outside. To the second row, I multiply with B. So B square, and this will become ABC. So I'll have to divide by B also. To the third row, I'll multiply with C. So C square, ABC, and I will divide by C also. Now, after doing this is a very simple step, but to think about it is quite difficult. Now, what you will do? Can you tell me? This first step is clear now, that we multiplied first row with A and second row with B and third row with C. So this first row with we multiply with A, second row with B, third row with C. And whenever we multiply with a constant to any row or column, it get multiplied to the whole determinant. So in order to compensate, we have to divide also. Now what you will do? Can anyone
Take ABC
suggest?
common.
Take ABC common from the third column. Very good. Who said?
Me,
Sorry.
me said, I said.
Yeah. What's your name?
Chavez.
Oh, Shavi. Good, Shavi. So ABC you take common from the first third column, and it will become A, B, C, A square, B square, C square, 1, 1, 1. Now this is get cancelled. Now what you do, you see that here 1 is in the first column, then ABC, then A square. So do one thing. First interchange first column with the third column. And if you do that, here it will be 1, here A square, B square, C square, and ABC. And there will be a minus sign which will come because you are interchanging two columns. Now in the next step, interchange column 2 with column 3. It will be 1, 1, 1, A, B, C, A square, B square, C square. Again, minus will come and minus minus will become plus. So this is what we wanted on the right hand side. So this we got finally. So today we will keep this much as this is the first class and it was type of interaction and like knowing how to do questions which are of little bit of higher standard than normal CBSE so that the competitive JEE examination can be taken upon.